Hey, how's it going, guys? Chaotic News here, and I'm just coming at you with a short little story. I might do like a series out of this. I'm not entirely sure yet. Yeah, I might do like a retail series of my experiences in retail. Yeah, before you get into it, I want to apologize for my last video. The audio was actually like super fucked up. I didn't realize I was actually yelling into the mic, and not only that, but the actual power wire that's connected to my mic, it had like a loose or had a tear in it, and it was making this really low static growl. And if you turn the volume up, you can actually hear it. If you can hear it past me actually yelling into the mic. But without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys, this one's gonna be about the time that a crazy plant lady came into my store. All right, so let me set the scene. It was I think it was probably closer to I think it was closer to around July when I was working. Me and a couple of my friends. They're actually my coworkers, so we work in the same department at Walmart. And I know many of you probably haven't, really don't pay much attention. But if you work for a department, you usually stay in that area for most of the time. So meat and deli departments, they tend to stay in their own areas. That's why it kind of pisses me off when you work in lawn and garden or you work in hardware and somebody asks you a question that it's not really meant for you. But this is gonna be a time when a lady came in, and let me explain something to you. This lady had a white lady. She had a whole lot of junk in the trunk, and I mean, a whole lot. Like, you ever seen Mrs. What's her face from Robots, bruh? The fucking animated movie. On something I don't remember. But yeah, she had a whole lot of junk in the trunk, and she was spunky. And basically, she comes in, and this is right around the time when we have a whole bunch of plants that are dying because you can only water a plant, keep out in the sunshine for so long before they start to wither, they start to die. And so we had like these I don't know what they're called. They kind of look like bamboo. No, not bamboo. Like banana trees. Like, if you ever seen a banana leaf, how like they have like the big leaves and stuff, and a house plant basically. And so we have like these house plants that are almost dying. They're half dead, and essentially we have them on a clearance because anything that's dying, or I mean, if you go to any retail store, they'll always have clearance where like shit's damaged or stuff like that. But we have like this little corral made specifically for clearance items. And she comes up, and this crazy ass lady just comes up and goes, so about these plants, they seem to be dying. And I'm like, yeah, that yeah, it happens. And she's like, is there any way that I can get a discount on them? And I'm kind of just sitting there, and of course, well, it's in July, and it's hot. People are at home or shopping, trying to stay out of the heat and stuff. So me and my coworker, they're just chilling, doing practically nothing, and we're kind of just sitting there and chilling. And we kind of just look at her, and we're like, "Ma'am, those are on clearance." She goes, "Oh, I know that. It's just they're really dead. And I just want to know if I can get a discount on them." And keep in mind, these plants were not expensive. Normal price they're like $12, and I think fucking clearance they're like 50% off, so they're $6. And she's trying to get a deal on these $6 plants that are dying, and they'd probably die in the next 2 weeks. And like, I'm kind of just standing there. I'm looking at at this time I'm a little new. I've only worked there for like 2 months, so I don't know if I have the jurisdiction to actually give her a discount or whatever. And I kind of look at my coworker, and I'm like, what do I do? And he just gives me this like, I don't know, shrug. So I tell her I don't really know. And I kind of left it at that because I'm a teenager. I really don't know how to speak to people at that point. And I'm kind of just like, I don't know. And I was like, you do know that those are dying, right? And she gives me like this look of pure fucking, the way you look at like a stupid person. She looked at me like I was just dead stupid. And she was like, I know that they're dying. I want them for cheaper, though. I'm like, yeah, I get that. I mean, if you'd like, you can talk to my other coworker who knows a little bit more. And Yeah, we have this other coworker who's like he's kind of the seasoned veteran of the store, or not the store, of our department. Worked there for about 7 8 years. His name's DJ, and I'm gonna that's his actual that's not his actual name. Keep in mind, I'm just we call him DJ. And so I go, hey DJ, come over here. And keep in mind, DJ is one of these kind of guys who he's kind of he's kind of rough around the edges, but he likes to keep shit real. He's real how you say well, real. Yeah, he likes to he doesn't really take shit from nobody, and like he jokes around. He's all around pretty cool guy. And he like at that point he doesn't really know me, so he kind of just gives me this answer of I don't know. But at the end of the day, he kind of did know what was going on. He just didn't really want to do it because I mean I do that from time to time. It's a new person asks me to if this or this is right, and I kind of just go I don't know. And so I tell her I don't know, and then like I just go back to doing whatever I'm doing because she walks away, and then me and my coworker are working on something, and then like 2 minutes later she comes back and she's like, excuse me, is anybody gonna help me? And I'm like, you didn't really ask for help. She goes, well, I've been standing here for 5 minutes now, and I want you to know I'm a very important person, and I know the general manager, and you should be treating your customers better. And like the situation just has me kind of like, all right, and I'm kind of just trying to think of like a lie to tell her because I don't really care at that point. And she goes, I've seen three of you walk past me, and not a single person has asked me if I needed help. And I'm like, you didn't ask for any. Like, we're just normal people. We're not gonna fucking go out of our way to fucking bend our spines backward just to fucking help you, lady. Well, I didn't really say that, but internal voice was saying that. It got to the point where she just kept nagging and nagging, and I called my boss over. And my boss is pretty good at doing this, like not directly lying to people, but like basically calming them down by telling them half truths. And he was basically like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, ma'am. We're really sorry about that." And he goes into like manager mode, trying to appease her soul. And we're trying to do that, and she does like this like kind of, and she does this thing where she's like her face changes, and she fucking her eyes light up and shit because she's happier now. Whatever. So basically, my manager, the fucking hero he is, comes in and saves the day, and essentially he gave her a discount further from the clearance price because fucking if you beg for anything hard enough, you'll get it, and that's just the crazy way that the world works. Fucking entitled kids. And essentially she was talking to my manager, and I was standing next to my coworker. I'm like, what do you think they're talking about? And he's like, I really couldn't tell you, man. And so we go about carrying on our business, and then later our manager comes talk to us. He was like, hey, you guys all right? I'm like, yeah. The lady was kind of crazy. He was like, yeah, no, I had to hold a conversation with her for like fucking 2 minutes. I'm like, oh man, it sucks. And he basically tells me that she was explaining to him the entire time that, I'm a very important person. I have places to be, And keep in mind, it's probably about 4 p.m., 5 p.m. at that point, and, everybody's just getting off work. I'm pretty sure she just got off work, was just heading home, fucking complaining about how she's a very important person, shopping at Walmart. And basically my boss tells me that he gave her the goddamn plans for $250 a pop because her experience was so terrible here. And, yeah, I guess the moral of the story was just that if you complain enough to somebody, you can get whatever you want. I guess that's exactly what that lady did. I don't know. In my opinion, people in this, especially in this city and all around the world, they're entitled. They're all entitled. If they don't get their way, they'll complain and complain. It's just how the world works, I guess. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. And like, comment, share. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.